I was right in knowing that this winter was going to be a cold one. This is one of the many trials to surviving this dungeon. The winter is hard, especially alone. Every time you hear a cage door slam in the chamber outside of this, that's one more prisoner who has succumbed to the cold before you have. I used to keep count, but after so many winters, it didn't matter anymore. I was just waiting on mine. But by the grace of the gods, alas, I still breathe. Lucky for us, you found a weakness in the bars between our cells. At least between us both, we each have a source of warmth for this cruel season. That warmth just happens to be each other. Apologies that you must draw ever closer to a man who wears no face, only cold, hard metal. Even so, it's nice. Even in all my years of service to my general, I've nearly forgotten the warmth of another. I dedicated my life to the man who slaughtered my family. The only warmth I remember was the heat of the crucible that I lowered him into. It was that heat that saved me through all the other winters. But this time, I have something more pleasant to cling to. Something softer, with a face that even the gods could envy. I guess that only in the loss of your own face do you learn to appreciate the true beauty of others. Take that as you will. Again, what have I to lose by speaking my mind and my truths when I'm already here? I just wish you needn't feel like you have to hold me so tightly just to survive this winter. Even though I'm not complaining. If you wish to be my warmth, I shall be yours in return, willingly. But nevertheless, this cold is still bothersome. Perhaps you can pass the time with telling me the story, the real story, of why you are here. I've asked before, but you've always been vague, clouded. I can see the look of hurt on your face. I know it well. We only have the cold, and each other here for as long as we survive. You can tell me. I can't possibly judge you more than the one who put you in here with me. I will listen, if you wish to unburden yourself of this hurt. It helped me. Let me do the same for you. So, where do you wish to begin? You grew up in a traveling merchant caravan with your mother and younger sister. Oh, that means you've seen the world. And many different places, I presume. I envy you. Continue. When your travels led you to Valkarat, you set up your shop there, and you and your mother tried to provide for your little sister. But then the merchants of Valkarat began to try and tax your mother a pricey amount for setting up without their permission. That's absurd. There are laws protecting traveling merchants here in Grestenfell. I can't recall them word for word, but I know that you should have been free of that. I would know. I enforced those laws for a time. But then, when she wouldn't pay, they tried to take your younger sister away by force as payment. And they... The sickness of man knows no limits. So, one night, you snuck into their hall and freed your sister from their hands, and... Oh. You worked for all the money you could muster, and you used all that money you had made from your labors to purchase fuel, and you dragged it all throughout their halls, into each of their night chambers in secret, barred every door, and set it ablaze. Dark skies, the smell of ash, the heat of fire, the sound of screams. You know it just as I did. You felt it. The same thing right before they dragged you here. And what about your family? Did they escape? Really? That's wonderful. That means you still have someone outside of these bars. You still have a world left for you. Please, hold on to that. Never let it go. Their faces, their names, the way their smile makes you feel. It's worth so much more than every coin in a king's hoard. What you did, it makes me feel like there has finally been someone in this world who has understood my life and knows just what I felt the moment that I read that letter. The injustice, the rage that needed to release itself, and when it did, it felt like fire. You are beautiful in every way, and I finally don't feel alone. Even before I was taken here, I felt as if I was the only one of a kind, after the fire changed my life. But you have shown me that what I felt wasn't just a hell reserved for myself. And now, you've been spending your sentence here by my side, and I never even knew. You've been holding me so tightly all winter long, clinging so that neither of us perish to the cold. But hear me now. You have someone waiting for you outside of these walls, and this will not be the place that you perish. I will make sure that you survive this, and that you will make it back to see your mother and sister. And I will hold you with all that I am, and as tightly as you need me to ensure that this cold cannot touch you. I haven't felt that I've had a purpose in my entire time here. But now, I have a reason to fight again. The only thing I know how to do. I wish to fight for you. To get you back to your family. And not wither in this cell like me. If only I could rip off this helmet, and you could see the honesty and grit on my face. And you know that I mean to pledge my strength to you, like a good soldier should. Will you let me be yours? No. Did you just kiss my helmet? The cold, hard metal that replaces my face. And you still treat me as if I have one. I swear to you, this winter will not be the end of us. And I will be whatever you need of me, until the day you are free of this prison. Your family needs you, and you will see them again. I stake my life on it. But first, we need to survive this winter. So I promise, as long as I'm here, you will not have to feel a single chill. You are my purpose.